Hey everyone! Today I'm so excited to share a new recipe with you that I've been wanting to make for a few years now, and it's been hunting me in my Facebook feed, and I'm like, I'm gonna try that today. I've made it once before just to test it out before I made this video for you. I just love the apple cider flavor in this bread, and the donut texture of it just warms my soul. So grab something warm and let's get to baking. For apple cider donut bread, we're going to use 2 cups of flour, 1.5 cups of sugar, 2 tablespoons of melted butter, tablespoon of vanilla extract, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of apple pie spice, a half a teaspoon of kosher salt, and 1 egg at room temperature. And if you say, oh, I don't have an egg set out, you can easily just put this in a cup of warm water for 10 minutes. And the star of the show is 1 1/4 cups of apple cider, and you can also use apple juice. For the topping, I'm just using 3 tablespoons of sugar, but the original recipe called for a half a cup of sugar. And the first time I tried it, I did a 1/4 cup, and my husband said that was too much sugar. So we're going for 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar. We need 2 teaspoons of apple pie spice. And this is going to be our coating after we get done. You also need a 1/4 cup of apple cider to pour on top after it comes out of the oven. First, we're going to preheat our oven to 350. Then you want to grease your pan either with spray, but I'm just using lard. So then I'm going to put a piece of parchment paper in here to create a sling so it's easier to come out when I'm baking. There we go. Then we're going to mix all our dry ingredients together. So we're going to add our flour, our sugar, baking powder, apple pie spice, and our salt. And if you don't have kosher salt, I'll leave it in the recipe card how much iodized salt you need. Then we're going to combine our ingredients. And I'm not using a stand mixer because quick breads don't need to be over mixed. So you just want to mix by hand. And we're going to set this to a side. To a separate bowl, we're going to add our wet ingredients. So I'm going to start with our egg. And after I wash my hand, then we're going to add our apple cider and our vanilla. And our slightly cooled down melted butter. Then we're going to whisk this well. Just going to pour in our wet ingredients. And don't overmix. Maybe just stir for a minute. This might be the hardest part. Then we're going to pour our batter into our pan. Then you want to bake in a preheated 350-degree oven for 75 minutes. All right, after 75 minutes, you want to check it with your cake tester. And when it comes out clean, you put it on your cooling rack, and we're going to time 10 minutes. All right, so we just want to slowly pour this on all over the place and let it soak in. Then we're going to carefully pull this out and set it on our cooling rack. So we're going to mix up our spice and our sugar. It smells incredible. Then we're going to peel our bread from our paper. Then, while it's still hot, we're going to coat it, our bread, with our cinnamon sugar. All over. Like you would see a donut in a donut shop, at least a cake one. And while it's still warm, you want to saran wrap it completely to keep the moisture in the bread. This is a trick that one of my church sisters who used to own a bakery taught me. All right, it's definitely cooled by now and it looks lovely. And we're going to cut a few pieces and we'll get Howard to give a taste test. Now look at that crumb. Isn't it gorgeous? I'll take the end piece. Say the word right. That's a piece of apple cider donut bread.
Very good.
Thank you.
Needs milk with it though.
We'll get on that.
What did you do?
Nothing.
Thank you.
Now this video captures him not being enthusiastic about this as much as he was when we first cut into it that Sunday morning of the first loaf that came out of the oven. He loved it and it was gone in less than 2 days. So I'm telling you, please give this a try. You will not regret it. If you made it to the end of this video and are loving the content of this channel, may I suggest you watching this next? I sure do appreciate it, and take care and God bless.